This is Calicat, the Calicat shirt. It's March the 14th, Saturday the 14th, March. Yeah. And there was a garage sale to sell all the stuff that's in the garage, and most of it's gone. And also, it was a crossover between the Dan and the Legatas and all and all that, and Tim Cantrell. Tim Cantrell from Starcrackers returned. Met him at the mall and for lunch, and I actually had lunch earlier than that because I was hungry. And he had, yeah, so we met him and Annie and his son and their little friend at the mall. It was an update of last week when he planned that at the toy show. This is just an update of the main reviews channel, I guess, that had that. The Tim appearance. I'll put it on the reviews channel. The one with the most views. Yes, he was wearing a Make America Great Again black hat. Yeah, and yeah, and told me drink the Kool-Aid, my friend. Sort of sounded, yeah, and yeah, he's completely brainwashed by the Trump cult. But anyway, so the whole thing wasn't fine though. Yeah, yeah, there wasn't any debate or argument about politics really. I'm more of a centrist, so I was like, I went sideways. But no, of course, John is extremely liberal, and he doesn't know. Yeah. But yeah, there was really nothing untoward really. It was really quite cordial and diplomatic during the meeting. Oh yeah, he didn't want to be on film, so he missed the house and remember the memories of the birthday parties that happened there and the gatherings and the November Remember and doing Starcrackers there. Like when we did Starcrackers at his house, and you got to see the sets that had been taken, well, the rooms where the sets were filmed, the studio, and all that. You know, and Dagny, the 5-year-old Dan, had made lemonade. Only it was country time lemonade, but they just put regular lemons on top of it. Actually, anyway, so yeah. And I reminded Dan of that YouTube video, the penny weather lemonade and the sulfur in the lemonade. So, oh yeah, I remember that. That kind of looked like me. Yeah. And Tim asked at one point, so who ended up with the Playboys? Where did they end up? I wasn't sure. Actually, turns out that afterward, I found out who ended up with the last of the Playboys. I'll leave all of this in. It's cold. Yeah, Dan has them. He tried to give them away to antique stores, but they wouldn't take them because they're adult magazines. Now, Playboy is not really Hustler and Ooey and Cherry and all that. It's not Penthouse. It's not that gross. It's just naked ladies, boobies. But no, I didn't want them. So, somewhere in a box in Roseville is the Playboys from the OG series. So yeah, there's other or at least some of them. I know that I destroyed a box of them at one point when I was younger because I thought that I could hide them by taking the covers off. Yeah, that was you know, well, I was probably like 12 or 13 or something. I'm gonna hide these. No, I wasn't thinking. I think the ones that Dan has are actually the grandpa ones. They're the older ones. Oh, man. Anyway, so yeah. But yeah, that doesn't matter at all, really. Just an anecdote about, I don't have that magazine, I just remembered the cover. Anyway, so and we continue with the story thing, selling a bunch of the furnishings and stuff, and Tim coming over And Carl's Jr. has apparently been demolished and it's gone. Pine Hill is apparently unrecognizable at this point with all the houses around it. And we have, yeah, so the area is kind of unrecognizable. But we won the war with Valley Christian because their area got turned into a mall before ours did in the 1990s. And ours got turned into part of a mall. Housing development in the 2020s. So we definitely went. Valley Christian moved, and then Pine Hill moved to 2 different places, Andover and then Foxworthy. And there's also a Pine Hill over here. There's another one. They're everywhere now. Tim's son has special needs, and apparently last week he was going to his soccer game, is what he was going to. And not Dave & Buster's. Thought he was talking about Dave & Buster's. He was not. About a soccer game. Not football, as they call it. That kind of football. And Donovan plays on the football. Dan's son, and he's on the left center tackle of the high school football team. Yeah. And Tim was, oh yeah, I would have been linebacker. Oh, that guy, center guard. Oh, Donovan's all, yeah, probably. Anyways, Dan's actually a little bigger than Tim. Tim was kind of slouching. But yeah, yeah. So there's, the original panel has been known for 40 years, since really the end of 1984, early 85. Tim was around in some form or and so was Angie Tyson, by the way. Originally Angie. Angie's up near Reading. I'd have to encounter on the journey of that maybe later. She was originally in the Los Angeles area. We could have met her, but it's been years, many years, and we joked that that at least one of those 4 kids is mine. No, it's not. Or maybe it's Tim's. No. And then Dan and some other guy that we knew. No, it wasn't his. No, it wasn't. It wasn't our kid. No. No, not at all. Oh, it's funny. We're joking about other stuff, and we're talking about Transformers and Robotech and why there isn't a live action Robotech movie. I did my fan films. He's seen some of them. He clarified which fan film he'd seen. Apparently, he watched The Corrosion of War on it, and then he watched some of the Lexicon's one with that had the high ratings. The one with the gate, Maverick Gate and the Gate. No, oh, that was a good one. Yeah. So he watched some of the later ones. It was the one with the springers on the planet, and he's trying to get out of the base, and the base is going to blow up, and the bad guys are after him. Whoa. The Nutterick Gate, yeah, that one. So he watched that. But yeah, he did not watch the one with Galvatron and his girlfriend. You watched the one with the goofy cowboy Dragontron Prime guy, whatever. That was Corrosion. Yo. Have you seen the Transitron scene online? The scene that was cut with the Transit Man that sounded like me? Yeah, that's my scene from Rise of Beasts. Okay, well, that's kind of what happened. That's kind of the review. I mean, he was there. It was the last time he saw the house. That's it. So I'm going to end this right there because it really had nothing to do with the Transformers. Them visiting the house and seeing what goes on from there. So I'm going to end that right here. And yeah.
Pam, so you can take it to the speakers. Mm-hmm. One, two, three.
Several.
2, 3.
Several.
3.
Several. Several.